Hi everyone, I'm Rachel. Welcome back to my channel 100 Pounds of Gratitude, where I'm looking to gain gratitude and lose weight. I'm on a journey to 40 and I'm hoping to drop 100 pounds along the way and find the healthiest version of me. Today is my Friday weigh-in day, my check-in, and I just finished week 3 of my health journey. And I'm going to report in on how I did on the scale and also review my goals from last week, as well as talk about my goals for week 4 as I go into week 4. But before I get to all of that, I wanted to say today I took a minute and I scrounged around and found my wedding ring because we moved about 10 months ago, and in that process I never unpacked my wedding ring because I have not been able to wear it in 8 years since I had my first son. I took it off at the end of that pregnancy and I have not ever been able to get it back on. So that is one of my big non-scale victory goals that I'm moving toward. Today I tried it on and it will go to my second knuckle. But that is it, and it is tight on that part of my finger. So I thought that might be a great way for me to measure success outside of the scale. So week 3 goals. First, I had my water goal, which was to drink between 100 and 115 ounces of water every day. I used my ginormous jug of water, which is wonderful for keeping a tally of how much water I've had throughout the day. Not so great when I want to go on a walk because it is really heavy. So I've been using that. So I felt like I did pretty well on my water goal this week. Again, that's kind of my easy thing to accomplish. When I feel like I need to feel like I've found success, I think drinking the water helps me do that because I can do that and it doesn't bother me so much. I don't mind it. And then my second goal was to make sure I was walking 30 minutes to between 30 and 60 minutes every day. That goal I also did well. There was only one day that I did not do that, and that was on Thursday actually. And I'll tell you, Thursday mentally, I was just in a rough spot. I think I was exhausted. My kids had gotten up. All 3 of my kids had gotten up some point in the middle of the night, and I was just over it. And then we got up at like 6 o'clock, 5:45, 6 o'clock in the morning and started the day. And I was grumpy and just did not want to do all the things I need to do, and I didn't mentally push through. And I think that is a big part of my journey, is just finding mental fortitude, and that's where I feel like my gratitude is going to kick in. And so today I knew it was going to be a rough weigh-in for me, and I just have been over it all mentally. And I have been slowly building this online community through Instagram. I had not done Instagram in the past, but since we're new here, I don't have a community. And so I looked for social media for my community and I started an Instagram account just to find people who are out there and kind of struggling with the same struggle I have, and wanting a healthier version of themselves, and who give tips and tricks and all of those things, and show the journey of like the bumps, the ups and the downs. And that's what I was looking for. I need that community. I need that motivation. So when I have a day like I did yesterday, Thursday, and I'm just over it, I can look on Instagram and find that community of people who are like, don't give up. You can do this. It's just one day. Today's a new day. It's a fresh start. And say all the positive things that I need to get my mind back on track and be grateful that, yes, I have another day. I have a new day to start again, to try again. And that is a wonderful gift. So I'm very grateful for that online community. And I know there's like a lot of negative things that can happen with social media, but for me in this health journey, 3 weeks on Instagram and finding that online community has been so beneficial. I'm just really, really grateful for that. So Thursday, I did not complete my walking, but the rest of the week, I hit my walking goal, 30 to 60 minutes. And in fact, I even measured my distance. I walk 4 laps around this park area. I don't actually know how far it is, but I do 4 laps. And the first time I did it, I finished it in 28 minutes. And this week I measured it again and I finished it in just under 21. So 21 minutes. So I'm definitely getting faster with my walking, even though that's not a goal of mine, is to get faster. Clearly that is something that's happening just because I have been consistently walking for the last 3 weeks. My third goal was to drink 2 cups of coffee or less each day. And I also achieved that goal. And I think that having acid reflux is pushing that goal in a positive direction, because when I drink more than 2 cups of coffee, it just makes me feel terrible. But I'm still having trouble with acid reflux, and so I need to kind of figure out some other strategies so I can get past that and sleep better and just feel better. And I don't know, if you're somebody who struggles with acid reflux, I have silent acid reflux. I went to an ENT and I thought I kept having strep throat, but it turns out it's silent, so it doesn't even feel like I'm having burning. It just shows like I have a sore throat. It feels like I have a sore throat, like strep throat. And so I'm tired of that. And I'm tired of not sleeping as well. And that is all coming from acid reflux. So I want to get this weight off, because I think that is a part of what's making my acid reflux really bad. Okay, so my fourth goal was to stretch after I walk. I did not do well on this. And I definitely can feel the tightness because I was walking so consistently, and it created tightness in my hips and my lower back. So I really want to get back to where I was doing some stretching every day, some light yoga stretches. Even if it's just like 2 minutes after I finish walking, I think that would be really beneficial. So those are my 4 goals from the week, 3 of which I feel like I did very well on, and the stretching not so much. And this next week, as I go into week 4, I only want to modify 2 things. I want to add in my 21-day fix, which is a 30-minute Beachbody on demand workout for beginners, and incorporating strength training and some cardio. And then my other thing that I want to challenge myself to do is an eating component, which is to stop eating at 6 p.m. and not eat again until 8 a.m. the next day. So I think that I have to add these 2 more challenging goals now, because I'm just not seeing the results that I want, and I want to push myself. And the only way that I can get changes in my body is to push myself a little bit harder. So I've decided I need to do something with my food component, and I'm reading my intermittent fasting book. So I don't want to jump into intermittent fasting just yet until I finish this book and kind of have my mind wrapped around it. But I think just by simply putting some boundaries on my eating, I think it can reduce some of that mindless snacking in the evening, or getting up and kind of nibbling around as I'm making breakfast for the kids, instead of like sitting down at the table and intentionally eating breakfast. So that's my thought process on that goal with my eating before I jump into a fast, which I'm hoping to do in December. And then my thought process on adding the weights is that I just think I need to add some strength training in. I don't know. I guess I'm seeing everybody do it, and so it's making me think I want to give this a try and see what happens for myself. And I think that's one of the things that I've been reading about in that Life in the Fast Lane book, where it's like you can read everything about it, but until you give it a try for yourself, you won't know the benefits personally. So I'm kind of ready to just go ahead and jump in and do some of that light strength training to see if it's going to give me some of the benefits, like reshaping my body, toning my body, that I'm looking to do. And today I actually went ahead and I did do my walking, and I went ahead and did day 1, because today is week 4, day 1. And so I wanted to go ahead and get that goal done. So I did day 1 of my 21-day fix today after my walk, and I'm already sore. Like, I am sore in the back of my legs, and I am sore already in my abs, even though we didn't do that much ab work. And I have to modify the modifier. So I can't even do it at the speed and to the full extent that the modifying person is doing it. But I just went ahead and I did it all, and I finished it. And I've noticed that when I walk, I don't really sweat. But when I did the strength training, I definitely was sweating. So that was a positive thing for me. So those are my 2 new goals that I'm going to be striving for. That brings me to my final thing, which is my weigh-in for the end of week 3. And I am going to report that I have gained another pound. So that puts my total in 3 weeks to have gained 4 pounds.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, you heard that right, 4 pounds. So if I continued on in this pattern, in a year's time, I will have gained roughly 69 pounds. So I'm headed in the wrong direction. And that is why I thought, okay, I'm achieving my goals that I've set for myself. So I have really got to address my eating. And I think until I do that, I'm not going to see the changes that I want to see. But this is where the mental game comes in, is that I've got to tell myself I can do it. And I guess I'm hoping that the fasting will be helpful for me, because I don't want to give up all of the foods that I love. I don't mind giving up some, and I don't mind doing portion control, but I don't want to feel restricted. I want to feel like when there is a birthday party, I can eat a piece of cake. So it's just kind of finding that balance for me, and just kind of noticing what foods help my body to feel good and energized, and which foods are dragging me down and making me feel exhausted and mentally exhausted and frustrated and irritated and affecting my sleep negatively, because I want to start filtering some of those things out and replacing them with better habits. I hit my goals pretty well, but I still gained a pound, which is why I've got to incorporate some goals for my eating. I think that is what I'm missing in my strategizing, because I am hitting my walking goal, my water goal, and my coffee goal, but I'm not losing weight. I'm gaining weight. So I've got to put a cap on the snacking, this mindless snacking in the evenings. And I think the strength training is really going to help me see some success over the next week. And this is a 3-week weight program I'm doing, 21 days, and so I'll give a report on how that goes at the end of those 3 weeks. And I'm moving really slowly with my goals intentionally, because I want this to be something I can sustain. I don't want to drop weight really fast. I want to create a life that I can continue on even once I hit my goal weight or a healthier weight for my height. I want to have slowly built this life that is doable for me, a mom of 3 very active children, and I homeschool. And so I don't have 2 hours of time to give to working out. I just do not have that time right now in this season of life. And so what could work for me? What are my time savers? What are things that I can do, strategies that I can do to build this healthier life? So that I can be around for my kids and I can actively engage with my kids, but that is not so time consuming that I'm going to be so worn out when I finally hit my weight loss goal that everything's going to go out the window. So if you've been wondering why I'm moving so slowly on my goals, that is why. I want to make sure that these are goals that I can continue practicing and incorporating throughout this entire journey to 40 and beyond, as I'm trying to figure out a healthier me. So yay, today's Friday. I gained weight, but I also did my first workout with weights. So there's my good, there's my struggle. It's the grind that makes us stronger. So I hope that you keep grinding it out, and I hope I keep grinding it out as well. And I also hope to see you next week as I give you my update for the end of week 4. Bye!